3, 2, 1.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What a beautiful day. Yeah, it's cloudy, but I'll take stuff like this any day. We're at one of my favorite dealerships ever, Top Notch Equipment. I shouldn't say one of. I actually don't think there's a different dealership that I like more than this anywhere. And we got some new equipment we're picking up. But, yeah, just a plug. These guys ain't asking me to do this. They've never asked me to do anything. These are just good folks. So if you happen to be in Minnesota and you're looking for equipment, the first thing I'm going to say is check out Top Notch. That's my fault. All right, guys. The secret is out. I'm buying another trailer. Why am I getting another trailer? Because I have a trailer addiction. I'm an addict. I love trailers. I freaking love trailers so much that every year I go to different trailer shows. I get different trailers, whether I need them or not. And this is a trailer that I've been eyeballing for a long time. But I want someone that is more of an expert on these things to tell you about them than I am. Joey! How are you, buddy? And yes, I actually do love the people at Top Notch. There. All right, there's your first full view and my first full view, but in all clarity or transparency, the first time I seen this trailer was many years ago at the trailer show. And we got Doug. Doug is coming up. Doug, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you, sir?
Doing excellent, guys. This is Doug from Belmont. Belmont Trailers owns Flat Track.
Yes.
And you guys don't talk about it, but I'm going to mention it. It's actually an Amish-owned company.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so this is an Amish-built trailer. And to some of you guys, you're not going to care, but other people are going to say to themselves, what does that mean? To me, instantly it means a level of quality and commitment of clarity to the construction process without cutting corners. That's what it means. A level of American ingenuity that we used to experience and be used to 40, 50 years ago, but has tended to disappear in modern manufacturing, but still holds true in certain niches. And this trailer is one of them. Doug, will you hold this camera for just a second? All right, put it right on me. I'm going to go under here. Doug, I'm going to start at the bottom, okay?
You got it.
This is where I was the most impressed. I came under here and I looked at the cross bracing underneath this trailer. And I don't know what to say, but there's the breadth of my hand. Here's where it's not braced. Here's the cross bracing. And the entire trailer is boom, 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 boom. There's almost more bracing under here, Doug.
And decking.
Than decking.
And I also want to point out, too, in this design trailer where you're going, this is a true drop deck that sits 100% flat on the ground. And what you'll notice is there's actually nothing exposed under here to become damaged in the process of dropping the trailer, which you won't find in other trailers of this make and model that try to be drop deck trailers.
I can't get my finger under there. But you know, you have two different ways of dropping the deck on this. And I don't normally conduct my walkarounds laying on the ground under a trailer, but hey, this is comfy.
That's right.
You can actually drop it 100% flat.
Yes.
Or you can change the attack angle and drop it at what angle from there?
4 degrees. Roughly a 4-degree angle by leaving the front 2 cylinders on the knuckle frame locked in.
So if a guy has a tool chest, for instance, and you got to get straight down to the ground,
yep,
You lift up the safety catches, and this trailer will lay
scissorless, snorkelless, all the equipment with that tight zero ground clearance, 100% to the ground. 4 inches is all the height of the trailer on the frame size, and that's it. And you're flat. And we'll demonstrate that in a minute.
Yeah, it's 4 inches.
And the other thing I want to loop back to when you were talking about the company
Yep.
for me, and you know, I've had a pretty storied career with different things in my life. It's the core values of this company. You just can't begin to express the core values of this company and what drives. I mean, at any point you're talking to anybody at Belmont, you're one person away from the ownership of the brand, and that's huge in this world of, you know, big business.
And I learned just recently that Belmont owns Flat Track.
Yes.
And it hasn't always owned Flat
It
Track.
has, yes. It was an in-house brand. It was an in-house product created by Belmont engineering team. So that started 5 years ago.
It started 5 years ago, but then it was in research and development for 2 years.
2 years research and development. The final form, which what you see here, then was taken out. Final form was done, and we did an actual Navistar testing. It ran for over simulated 75,000 miles, and the trailer never failed.
Okay, so tell me about that a little bit slower. I need to understand, what does that mean?
So Navistar, which is a trailer testing facility, one of the world-renowned trailer testing facilities for all big trailers, this trailer was sent out there. And
Navistar is the world testing facility?
One of the world testing facilities premier
for
trailers and trailers durability.
So it's a third party?
It's a third party, independent tested, and they'll put it under various test tracks under various conditions where they have, you know, bump tracks, all those things. And then they also do full simulated load testing. So they exceeded the load testing on this trailer by over a third, and it performed flawlessly.
So this is a 14,000 pound rated trailer.
Yes.
2 7,000 pound axles.
Yes.
Trailer weighs 4,000 pounds,
Yes.
giving you a 10,000 pound payload.
Yes.
And they put how much onto the trailer?
I don't want to say, because I don't want to encourage
But
anybody.
you're saying
over
that they did it a third over?
We exceeded the loading capacity that we rated it at by a comfortable margin.
By a comfortable margin,
Yes.
And then you beat the snot out of it.
Yes, exactly. And you can see that in how well it's built.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I just put about 300 miles on with this trailer in the back. Let's see if we can see it in the mirror right there. We've been going down the road averaging 60 to 80 miles an hour. Okay, we'll say 70 because the speed limit in Minnesota is 70. You can't even feel it back there. It might as well just not even be there. It might as well just disappear. I mean, this thing is... There's nothing. You don't even know it's back there. It's hard to see. I mean, quiet, tows like a dream. Some trailers you hook up to, you can feel it in the steering wheel. You can feel this. The steering wheel does this. You know what I mean? It fights you a little bit. I've had trailers where it fights you, but watch this. Completely hands off. Don't need hands to drive. The trailer's not driving the truck is driving the trailer. That I love when that happens. When you get a trailer like that, you know everything's lined up right and it's just smooth. The truck's driving the trailer's not driving the truck.
And by a comfortable margin.
By a comfortable margin,
yes.
And then you beat the snot out of it.
Yes, exactly. And you can see that in how well it's built.
Absolutely. What do you want to show me, Doug? You started to move like you're going to show me something.
I'm going to lock these down.
Okay.
All right. So all of our cylinders are locked down. You want to use the remote control that's standard, or you want to use the handheld unit? So remote control, power on. We're going to drop it down to its ride position.
So now we are resting on the lockouts.
Running on the lockouts.
And this sets it into the perfect attack angle for that trailer.
Yes.
But if you needed to, if you're going over a bumpy road, you're going off terrain, you got railroad tracks, you have the ability to raise this up.
You can raise it up some.
To give yourself clearance just to get over obstacles, and then you can drop it back down onto its ride arms.
Yes. Okay. Its ride arms, what's important to note too is these are all independently locked out, which is an added safety feature and keeps the trailer, if any one of these were to fail, the trailer's still going to lock out on the road. You're not going to be stuck on the side of the road with a central lockout system that failed.
Slow that down, back that up, and say that again for me, Doug.
So each one of the hydraulic cylinders has a safety lockout.
Okay.
Some drop deck trailers have what is known as a central locking system, where it's hydraulically activated or mechanically activated.
Yep.
And you do that from one location, and if that were to fail, the whole trailer goes down, and there's no way to fix it other than to repair whatever's broken.
This one has 6.
This one has 6 lockouts, and you can ride on any of them and not
1,
drop.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, the central locking hub means a guy can just go fling and do it. With this, you actually have to physically walk around, flip everything up. And some of you guys are going to say, that's tedious. Well, don't be out.
There's a very good reason for that.
I firmly believe it's good to always do a walk around and an inspection on your trailer before you load it up and go down the road. Maybe you guys like to drive blind. I don't.
So what we've essentially done by walking around, now I've looked at the ground and I know it's safe to drop this trailer down. I'm not going to hit any debris. I'm not going to damage anything that I didn't want to drop the trailer on. Shall we go down?
Yeah. Now we're going down as flat as possible.
Yes.
And you can see that right there. And it's power up, gravity down. So you can always get your trailer down if you need to.
Yes.
It will go down so far that the actual tires start to lift off the ground.
Yes.
I mean, they don't lift off, but you can see them lift up. Now we're at a 4-inch.
4-inch height. It's a full squat trailer down, deck down on the ground, full squat.
This is where you could push up anything on here. I mean,
look around. I'm going to demonstrate some equipment too, right?
oh, absolutely.
So you'll see that low clearance system.
Now-
Snorkel this.
If a guy doesn't need to go down that far,
That far. All right.
wait, whoa. Before we lift it, we'll show them the next thing. You guys gotta wait because there's something I want to show you. The suspension system.
Yes.
Since we're already down, we can get a little better view of it. Tell me about the suspension, because each tire is independent, right?
Each tire is independent suspension. It runs on a torsion bar suspension. So there's a torsion bar inside this tube right here with sealed bearings that allow that when it's in up locked out position, that arm then articulates on a torsion bar.
Okay.
So there's a full suspension system on this trailer, on each one of them independent of each other.
Now,
It's not a rigid frame going down the road bouncing under load.
now, you have 3 models of trailers.
Yes. 3
One is a
primary
car hauler,
models. Yes.
and this one is the equipment hauler.
Equipment hauler.
What is the difference?
So the car hauler is made with an aluminum deck to take some weight out.
Okay.
And then there's also a really neat feature with the car hauler in that it's able to raise up a little bit higher so the doors on the car can open. And the lockouts are a little bit different too. They're slide lockouts so they don't interfere with the door opening and closing when you're trying to load the car.
Okay. All right, but I want to show these guys real quick. I know we're going to get to the second attack angle. I get it. But if we look right here, here's where your suspension system, we were looking at that torsion suspension system, goes from here to there, right, Doug?
Yes.
Is that right?
That's your torsion arm that comes down and torques right here on your torsion bar that's inside this hub assembly.
Yep. So it's right there. Okay. And I've seen that's a similar suspension system to what Yanmar uses on their skid loaders.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right, so we're going back up now, and we're going to hit the second attack angle. And you can either use the remote, and it has a power jack, and you can use the remote, or you can actually use the central control system inside of the control box.
So you can plug in for your battery tender.
Okay. And a couple things, we don't have the spare tire on this, and we don't have the solar panel, but you can put them in.
Yes.
Okay.
So we don't have the spare tire.
And this is your
Hardwire.
This is your hardwire, so if you don't have the remote handy, you're not out of business. You keep going.
Yep.
Can you flip this open for me real quick, Doug? I just want to take a peek under the hood. Here's what powers everything. So you got a battery, room for extra battery, room for extra tools. your motor and your hydraulic reservoir.
Yes.
And then you've got your antenna for your remote is right here. Now this trailer comes stock with a 2-year warranty, but the trailer you see in this video is not pure stock. I have a few options on it, but this trailer is not loaded out by any means. I do not have the spare tire, I do not have the solar charger on it, but I did upgrade it with those custom rims and wheels. And later on in the video, we'll go over a few of the options that you can get. Some of them you can't get, but if you really want to know more about all of the options and everything that this trailer has and doesn't have, I'm going to recommend you go to their website, flattrack.com. But let's dive back into this one and see what else he's got to say about it. God, that's a gorgeous trailer, isn't it? Joey, what do you think? Is that a beautiful trailer?
Beautiful trailer.
Guys, this is my buddy Joey, Top Notch. So if you guys, I told you about Top Notch, he does all their social media.
Oh yeah. Always posting videos and photos of all of our equipment, so check us out.
All right, second attack angle now. Okay. We lock out the front knuckle, right? Is that what we're gonna call this?
Yes,
Doug?
lock out the front knuckle.
Okay. And now we're gonna drop it down to the second position, which doesn't go quite as low. So if you don't need to drop it low, what are we at, about a foot now?
Yeah, and it's a 4-degree angle.
A 4-degree angle.
4-degree
So
angle.
maybe a foot and 16 inches off the ground. And we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 D-rings to tie down.
Welded.
Welded.
Also, in another upgrade, you can get the actual drop-in winch.
Yep.
Comes as an assembly, slide it in.
So there is a winch option that would go right there.
Yes.
And so if you have to actually pull equipment up, you actually can.
Yes.
Okay. So this is more than a standard skiddy trailer.
Yes.
So let's just, I don't know if I want to say this, but if all you're going to do is haul a skiddy, you don't need this trailer.
Probably not, no.
No, this is overbuilt.
Yeah.
It's more than what you need.
Yes.
But if you have other equipment and you're not just hauling one piece of gear,
Yes.
and then this is where this comes
This
in.
comes into play because you can haul anything on it, including the low angle, high angle, whatever it is, as far as ground clearance is concerned, up to 10,000 pounds. So, yeah, it's really a well-built, really, and that's the big thing too, is just trying to convey to people, you got to see and touch it and feel it to get the actual quality of it and see how rigid it is.
So we have a standard Stillwell hydraulic jack, and they do something different that I have not seen before. You actually have a control valve right here. So the central hydraulics can operate the trailer or it can operate the jack. So we're not wash, rinse, and repeating the same hydraulics and doubling down.
Right.
We're just simply
And it's not
changing the flow.
either. Exactly. Just redirecting. Super smooth, super quick.
Yeah, all right. And so
Battery tender standard, as we talked about. Again, in the room for a second, even third battery, you shouldn't need it. But it charges, either plug it on the side at night, or it charges off of your truck trailer. The battery tender. Okay.
Demco latches.
Yep.
Diamond plating is normal, right? There's
All standard.
is the only upgrade on this trailer, because I want to be very clear, if guys are going to go buy one of these, I don't want them going, oh, wait a minute, that's not what I seen in the video. The only difference that they could get is they don't need the fancy rim.
Fancy rims, that's exactly right. The aluminum rims are an upgrade. A couple upgrades that you may want, we actually have a solar panel that goes on top of the box that you can actually charge the battery tender with also.
Okay.
So spare tire is an add-on too, along with the winch assembly.
What about the deck sizes, Doug?
So we have a 22 foot, which is what this is. We have an 18 foot in this same dual axle design, and we also have a 14 foot in the single axle design.
And we alluded to the knuckle frame design, the rigid frame design, and the car hauler.
Yes.
But we're eliminating, but you guys are leaning more towards concentrating on the
on the knuckle frame is really what's really prevailed in the marketplace. We do offer this trailer without any of this assembly, where it's a rigid frame, so you eliminate these hydraulics. You only get this load angle then of 4 degrees with the rigid frame.
You don't get the complete drop then.
You don't get the complete drop then. You know, what's really shown itself to be the cost savings of eliminating this bit of hydraulics and extra work here isn't really cost effective in the price point. So I would tell you emphatically that, you know, the drop deck knuckle frame is where you want to be.
The knuckle frame is it.
Because you get
the best of both worlds.
You absolutely do, yes.
At this point. Because right here, this is the rigid frame attack angle. You lift that up, and now you can go all the way down if you ever need to. And there are times when, if you do just general stuff like I do, it's nice to have that ability.
For sure.
All right, what about a website? Where do guys find out more information, Doug?
So, www.flattrack.com. That's TRAK without a C, .com. Fully loaded. There's a media tab on the top of the web page, and you click on that, you can get a full brochure, you can get the spec on each one of these trailers. So we have the car hauler, we have the equipment version, which is what's here, and then we also have a newly released enclosed trailer, which is really slick. It's a full enclosed trailer, and it's a drop deck that goes completely down. So you're in an urban environment, you want to offload any kind of pallets or anything where you need to keep it secure and enclosed. It's a really nice trailer. Really nice.
You can drop it and leave it?
You can drop it and leave it, absolutely. So think tent planning, party planning,
job site security. You got all your stuff in the trailer.
And you can pull it off with a hand truck.
Drop it, you leave it, and
go.
And go.
Yep. It's really nice.
And then you can just hook right back up and off down the road. What is the price point on a trailer like this?
So this retails just under 25. It's around 24.6
okay.
For fully loaded equipment out to 22 foot.
Okay. And if guys have an issue with the price, what are you going to say to them?
You know, we're certainly the best, I would say in my humble opinion, you know, this is the best drop deck you can buy for the money. There's no other comparison. And that's really what I have to say about the price point. I hear it all the time. A lot of people say, oh, I want to get one of those. Wow, that's a lot of money. Well, it's a lot of trailer, and it's a lot of unique capabilities.
Show me why this is the best, Doug. Can you give me a 1 minute, this is why this is the best, and physically show me? I want to know.
Starting from the top, core values.
Starting from the top.
Core values of the company.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, if you look at the workmanship and the welds and how overbuilt all this is just, you know, it's a redundant system too with the hydraulics. So it's electric up, gravity down. As you saw, we started the video underneath.
Mm-hmm.
There's absolutely nothing exposed in this trailer as a fail point. You'll see on some of these trailers where you have some bags, or you have hydraulic lines or anything that can catch and tear off. Also,
everything is enclosed and guarded is basically what you're saying you're doing?
Absolutely, enclosed and guarded. Also the independent suspension, each one of these wheels operates independently. And again, I have to go back to the construction of the trailer and all the standard features. So you get the Stillwell hydraulic jack, you get the remote, you get the centrally located battery tender with the hydraulic switch. You can go from, you know, running the Stillwell to running the trailer itself. And again, overall, the quality of the trailer speaks for itself. It really does.
All right. And the website, one more time, Doug.
www.flattrack.com. That's flat track without a C, so it's flat, FLATTRAK.com. And that'll also link back to the Belmont website.
Okay. And Belmont is an amazing trailer company. They really are. I have admired Belmont trailers for many, many, many years. Many years.
And I have to throw a plug in. Our dump trailer right now is just rocking the industry.
I don't own a Belmont trailer. They're not paying me to say that. I have seen them at trailer shows and drooled. And my videos have gotten millions of views because they have some crazy innovative designs. They have a gooseneck trailer that is a hot shotter's dream. Mm-hmm. It's got this roll-up toolbox in the front. You flip a switch and the lights go on in the toolbox. You flip 3 more switches and there's a deck overlight, and then the underside is lit. Then when you drop that one, the tail down, it's got a 12,000-pound tail if I remember correctly. You drop that tail down, the actual light bar itself sucks right up into the trailer as it's dropping down, and then when it comes back up, It's just quality from beginning to end.
Yes. And all manufactured right in Leola, Pennsylvania. All of it.
They don't want me to stress that it's Amish built. I hope I get to keep this in the video because I want to honor. I mean, I've shot videos, and I had the reason I say I hope I get to keep this because I don't, especially when it comes to things like if they're not comfortable speaking about, you know, their beliefs, I don't want to put that in. And I put a video up, and it was I had an Amish guy in it, and he didn't realize I was going to be posting the video, and they called me, and the video was doing great, and everything's doing great. It was like Earth and Turf or something, not you guys, you know. And they're like, hey, you know, we don't really believe in being on camera, and we didn't realize that was going to be on camera. Could you do something? I'm like, absolutely. So I took it down. So that's why I'm hoping that these guys are good with me being able to stress that, because to me, that is the next level. This isn't...
I think I'm comfortable enough saying, as long as we're not being boastful and prideful.
Pride becomes before the fall.
Yes.
So pride comes before the fall. Yes.
So, you know, if we're speaking to the quality of trailer and the workmanship that they do and how hard they work, that stands above itself and on its own. It really does.
And on that note, I want to say thank you for flying out, Doug.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
It's been an adventure. Thank you, Stan.
This guy has been through heck and back trying to get here. I am not joking. He has had more adventures trying to get from Pennsylvania to Minnesota than anybody should ever have. But he's here now.
Thank you. Driving next time.
That's it for this video. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed going along for the ride, and I hope this video helps you guys out. That's what I do. I really want to focus on bringing you guys the best information I possibly can. But that's it on this one. God bless, and go get them, you guys.
We'll go all the way down with this. You ready for it? Gravity down.
I can't get my finger under there. You're not getting flatter than that, my friends. And with that one, I'm saying God bless and go get them. We'll see you guys on the next one.